So you're interested in getting started with a morning routine. Now you might be part of the 30-day challenge that is coming up in the Facebook group, or you might just be on your own and interested in implementing some strategy, some technique into a new morning routine. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Life SAVERS morning routine. This is part of the Miracle Morning, which is a book by Hal Elrod. And I'm going to be walking through the different components of that particular morning routine. Now, before I start, it's important to know that you could take any component of this morning routine and just do a single one of those components, and that could be your whole morning routine. You can mix and match, you can rearrange the order, you can do each component for as little or as long as you like. The most important part when it comes to developing and establishing a morning routine is consistency. So what I would recommend is choosing what feels comfortable for you at the beginning. So thinking about what is possible, what can you actually achieve, what can you stick with, what are you excited about doing, and then commit to staying consistent with that for 30 days. So choose whatever you like, set it ahead of time, and then be consistent with that routine for 30 days. If you want to make some minor tweaks during the 30 days, that's fine also. But the key thing is to be consistent, to commit to what you're going to do. Because the truth is, you won't necessarily see profound benefits, profound changes in the first couple days. But if you stick with this for 30 days or more, that's when you're going to start experiencing the benefits of having a morning routine in your life. So without further ado, what are the 6 components of the Miracle Morning Routine? So the acronym that they use is SAVERS. That's SAVERS. The first S is for silence, A is for affirmations, V is for visualization, E is for exercise, R is for reading, and then S is for scribing or writing. So in this video, I'm going to go through each one of these part by part and just add a few notes, a few comments, and some recommended resources for you for each one of these components. So the first component of SAVERS is S, which stands for silence. And this is really about having time for something like meditation, breath work, prayer, anything that gets you in that state of silence and stillness, of looking within. That is what we're talking about in this habit of silence. Now, there's a whole range of books and apps and resources out there for starting a meditation routine, starting some sort of meditation or mindfulness practice. So what I'm going to do is I've created a website, a page on my website. If you go to jeremylipkowitz.com/morning, you'll see my recommended resources for getting started with a meditation routine. So there's a bunch of apps that I've listed out. There's some YouTube channels that I recommend. What I do recommend is if you're starting out, or even if you're not starting out, let's say you have a fairly good meditation practice, it can still be really helpful to download a meditation app for the first 30 days, something to just get you consistent, get you started. If you don't want to pay for a meditation app, you can do Insight Timer, which has tons of free meditations. Another thing to know about the silence aspect is you don't have to make it very complicated. It can be as simple as just sitting down in a chair or on the couch and having 1 minute of silence. You don't have to do a meditation. You don't have to do anything difficult or complicated. You can literally just be sitting there and doing nothing with no agenda. You can set a timer, or you can just sit for what feels like 1 minute. It can be that simple. Part 2 of this challenge is affirmations. Affirmations is a way of cultivating or remembering your highest potential, remembering key teachings, wisdom that you really connect with. It's a way of reminding yourself of what's important and what's possible in your life. I'm going to have to admit I don't have a whole lot of experience with affirmations. So in this upcoming 30-day challenge, I'm actually going to be giving it a shot myself. I'm going to be committing to it 100%. I've already started it the last few days. and I'm going to see what's possible. To me, affirmations has always felt a little bit on the woo-woo side, kind of like The Secret. But I do think that there's a lot of value in reminding yourself of what's important to you, reminding yourself of your highest aspirations, your highest intentions, reminding yourself of where you want to be going to. So in this way, affirmations can be very helpful and important. And on the link that I mentioned earlier, on my website online, jeremylipkowitz.com/morning, you'll see that I've linked a few examples of morning affirmations that you can use. Some of these come from Hal Elrod, from the book The Miracle Morning, and one of them is the personal one that I use. And so this is something that I've taken from The Miracle Morning, and then I've changed and adapted for myself. Now you can take any of these, and this is what I recommend. Take any of these and copy it and paste it into a new document, and then tweak it so that it fits your own life, your own aspirations, what you truly feel is important. Now for affirmations, one of the things that they say to do is to actually read these out loud. They say when you think something, it's powerful. When you say it out loud, it's 10 times more powerful. So for me, this is an experiment. I'm going to give it a shot. I hope you will give it a shot as well. Part 3 in the Miracle Morning is visualization. And this is where you take that next step of actually envisioning yourself living a successful life, a life of happiness, joy, achievement, whatever it is that you feel you want to get to. So there's a couple ways you can do this. The first is you can envision the rest of your day. You can think about, what would this day look like if I'm able to achieve what I set out to? So you can imagine yourself maybe studying or reading or writing diligently. You can imagine yourself accomplishing your projects. You can envision yourself going and talking with your neighbors or your friends and enjoying your life. So that's one way. Another way is to think about, where do you want to get in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years? So envision the best life possible for yourself. If your life 5 years from now were to not only meet but exceed your greatest expectations, where would you be? What would your life be like? For me, I like to do this by imagining what kind of house I'm living in. What is my kitchen like? What am I cooking for breakfast? What are my morning routines 5 years from now? Who am I with? Who am I seeing on a daily basis? What kind of projects am I working on? So this is one way that you can do this visualization technique. And the key is to really imagine that it's actually true already. So you can close your eyes and you can see this coming true. Imagine yourself going through this ideal life. And I want to challenge you on this one to think big, to push the limits of what you think is possible for yourself. And you might be surprised by what you're able to achieve. The fourth step in the Miracle Morning is exercise. And I love this step. For me, this is just about getting your body moving in the morning, getting your blood pumping. So this can be literally as short as doing a few push-ups and a few squats. Something to get the blood pumping, get your body moving. There are many other ways you can do this step of exercise. You can do a morning yoga routine. You can go for a jog outside. You can even just go for a brisk walk around the neighborhood. In my book, anything where you're actually moving your body and getting your blood pumping a little bit is a success in this category. For some of you who want to get a more intense workout in the morning, I would put this step at the very end. So do everything else and then go do your intense workout. But one of the cool things about keeping this part short and doing just a quick workout is that it's something you can do every day. So for me, what I like to do is I put on a little YouTube video of a 10-minute yoga class. And there are tons of resources for free online yoga. And I've linked it on my website, jeremylipkowitz.com/morning, so you can see the ones that I've been using. One of my favorite is a YouTube channel called Yoga with Adriene. And she has tons of free YouTube classes on there. So I highly recommend checking that out. There are also online videos of full body workouts, body weight workouts, things you can do of that nature. if I'm feeling too lazy, I will at least do 10 push-ups and 10 squats. That's it's an easy cop-out. It takes about a minute, and it's something that makes me feel like I can check it off my list. So that's E for exercise. The fifth step in the SAVERS routine is R, which stands for reading. And this one is such a joy because you get to sit on the couch, pick up a book, and just read for 10 minutes. You get to feed your brain with nourishing, life-giving information. In the same way that we need to feed our body with healthy foods, we need to feed the mind as well. And there's so many self-help books out there, so many personal development books out there. So there's really no excuse to not find something that looks good to you. So for this step, it's just about taking some time in the morning to read. You can read whatever you want. So you can read a fiction book if you like, but I highly recommend starting the day with some personal development books. I've made a list of my top recommended books on my website. So if you go to the website and just look under the free resources, you'll see my favorite books under there. The last step is S, which stands for Scribe, and this is just another way of saying writing or journaling of some sort. So here the key is to spend a few minutes of your morning getting your thoughts onto paper. And there's a lot of ways you can do this. It can be more of a journaling style where you're reflecting on your life in some way. Or it can be focused writing as if you were maybe writing an article, writing a book. Maybe some of you out there are trying to write a book, and so you can use this time to actually get some writing done for that project. If you want to start a journaling practice, there are tons of ways. So one way is to do a gratitude journal. So every day you can write out 3 things you're grateful for. You can also write about what went well the previous day, what are you doing well that you'd like to acknowledge, what would you like to get better at. There are many different ways of doing journaling, and you can just go online and search for journaling prompts if you like. The last and easiest way is to simply write and do a sort of free flow writing. So it doesn't matter what you write, what the prompt is, what the topic is, as long as you sit down and write for 5 minutes, or sometimes you can do a page amount, as long as you write for 2 full journal pages, then you can count that as successful. A lot of successful people say that journaling, some sort of journaling practice, is a huge part of their success in life. So this is also a thing that I don't have a lot of experience with. It's something I've always wanted to be good at. And I'm going to give it a shot for the next 30 days, and I hope that you will join me and give it a shot yourself. So that is it. That's the full explanation of the Life Savers Miracle Morning Routine. Again, it's those 6 different components. You can move them around in whatever order you like. You can take some out if they're just really not appealing to you. My recommendation, decide what sounds good to you and stick with it for 30 days. In the next video, I'm going to be adding a few tips, tactics, strategies to help you optimize that morning routine. There's a lot of ways that you can fall off the wagon and get stuck. And so in the next video, I'm going to be talking about some of my best strategies for sticking with your morning routine habit. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button down below or give it a thumbs up, or share it with a friend if you want them to join you on this challenge. Now, that's it for today, and I will see you on the next video.